Hey Defenders, welcome back to the channel. Let's talk some of the news that's going on. But before we talk about the news, don't forget to get your Guard Tech Plus cleaning kits for this holiday season. Once they're gone, they're gone. And you got your choice between a 9mm 357-38 bore rope or an AR-15 chamber brush. Great gift to have underneath the tree, solves your Christmas shopping problems, and helps out the channel a whole bunch. So get in there. Shipping's already included in the cost, and it is a flat shipping rate across all lower 48 United States. So let's go into the news and what's happening. If you haven't been paying attention, and I don't blame you if you haven't, man, it's the holiday season, man. We just got through Thanksgiving, we had big shopping day today and all that. But Trump just came out and revoked all executive orders and orders signed by autopen in the autopen scandal with Joe Biden. And this is interesting on many different levels because it has everything on the effect on immigration all the way up to the appointing of a Supreme Court justice. Now, Trump himself came out and said in his tweet that it's something like 92% of the executive orders signed by Joe Biden are then fraudulent. The first level and ring of this is going to be really interesting because, well, one, we already know, and even the media has already admitted, and people have been saying it for years, the whole let's go Brandon thing. Joe Biden was failing mentally. He has dementia. He has one of the things they talked about was the effects of a anti-cancer drug because of his prostate cancer that he had, and the effects on his system, which actually can cause a quick decline in cognitive capabilities, particularly in the elderly. And don't take my word for it. Absolutely get on to the source of all truth in the world, the internet, and do a little digging, a little sleuthing yourself. But that was a major issue that came out or during this year, actually, and it's crazy to think that we're only 11 months into this year, into a four-term presidency. Like, things are getting crazy, okay? But focusing on the autopen portion for a moment. First off, one of the big things is that they're attacking what essentially is that Joe Biden was not the president, that essentially all his advisors and staff around him were essentially running the country. And we look at some of all the wild-ass things that came out of that kind of holds up with the massive amount of immigration that was allowed to flow into the country, the botched pullout of Kabul and Afghanistan, from Bagram Air Base, and it's insane the stuff that happened. And, well, first off, this is going to affect especially like the 30,000 Afghan refugees that we brought into the United States. And if you didn't know about that we just covered this in one of our earlier videos. This cost the life so far of one of the two guardsmen that just got shot in D.C. He was one of those Afghan refugees. He was actually attacked to a quick strike force with the CIA in Kabul, Kandahar. Correction, I apologize for that. In Kandahar. And we brought him back over with those 30,000, and lo and behold, they don't jive with the U.S. military that well, and we had a terror attack against our own troops. And it's been insane, too, to watch the left go crazy with that, attacking those guardsmen. Well, they shouldn't have been there to begin with kind of attitude. And it's like, well, how about they shouldn't have been shot to begin with? Okay? Now, that aside. So you're seeing now, Biden administration wasn't being run by a president. It was being run by a committee, essentially, his staffers and his advisors. So, and now we're seeing, could this have an effect on those refugees? Absolutely. This is one of the things that Trump is massively looking at. And this is going to have wide sweeping effect, including here in Minnesota, too. Now, the big question on everybody's mind is Ketanji Jackson Brown, which is the Supreme Court justice that was appointed under Joe Biden. And the reason this is interesting is that her commission paperwork was signed by Joe Biden via autopen. Why is that so interesting? Well, it really throws things up into the air. Does that undo a confirmation hearing where the Senate then confirms her? And it might not. However, at the same time, that for the legality to be there, the commission has to be signed and approved by the president because it's his appointee. And by saying it this way, that the autopen does not count, and we're nixing and voiding all those, essentially, she is not a Supreme Court justice. Now, is that something I would like to see? Well, if you've actually watched her language and rhetoric, and she's a Supreme Court justice, they can't even tell the difference between a man and woman, and she's not a biologist, right? And of course, that's all ideology and fluff and fanfare, right? She's no fool. those on the left, especially in the elite, the higher ups, some are definitely demagogues and followers. Absolutely, they adhere to their orthodoxy. Right? You can think of them as a cult, but a lot of them are very intelligent. So don't discount that. And she very much knows what a man or a woman is. I firmly believe that they don't think otherwise, or they don't even teach their own children that garbage. Okay, it's definitely for the masses, and you're seeing how easily the masses are swayed. But really, calling her entire seat on the Supreme Court into question is huge, and I don't know where that goes from here. What would I like to see? Yeah, I would like to see her removed. Does that help? If you have to pick sides, does it help a side? Yes, it does, absolutely. But at the same time, to have somebody as divisive as her, in addition to having, I don't know if you've been watching too, her opinions on the court. She is one of her opinions are hugely wordy, definitely look like they're also penned by staffers as well, in addition to being almost incoherent at times. And this has been panned by even Sotomayor, who's a leftist herself, and has come out and talked back against, like, her opinion is ridiculous on some of their court cases. And so she even divides her own side sitting on the Supreme Court. So, even thinking it from a leftist perspective, she's not an advantage to their side. But I honestly, in the end, do I want there to be sides? No. I would like to see a unified America. Yes, we can have differing opinions, and certainly, but the way the craziness has gone, and just off the edge of the cliff, it's hard to reconcile with an ideology that wants to see your way of thinking or your way of life just completely wiped out. And it's not outside the realm for communism if you watch the flow of history. So, past that. Okay, so what are we talking? We're talking the removal due to the autopen scandal of all those executive orders. And so, yeah, we're looking at refugee programs. I guarantee this is going to help with the Haitian refugees that came into the United States under Biden. We had something like 350,000 Haitians come in, and now they're actually going to be deported. This is part of this process. And a big one to look at is how is this going to affect the Somali population here in Minnesota? This particular executive order, I don't believe necessarily is, but it's going to have effect in Minnesota, particularly with an announcement that Trump just made that we're going to put out in another video also talking about what's going on there, which is really interesting. But the big question is Ketanji Jackson Brown and her appointment. Now, one thing this is also going to include, and that I kind of focus on a lot over here, let's look at the pardons. Biden himself pardoned his own son when no crime, he was charged with no crime. And that's kind of a big deal, because if you're pardoning somebody for no crime, that's kind of pointing to that, oh, this is in case crimes are committed. Which probably means he committed some crimes. But who the hell do you think had the cocaine at the White House? Okay, it wasn't Joe Biden. That probably explode his heart. Give him an aneurysm, right? Hunter's kind of got a history with meth and drugs of all kinds, and that cocaine absolutely. I mean, like I'd be 95% sure that is Hunter Biden's cocaine. So, but this also removes the pardons from a whole bunch of other people as well. This pardoned Buttigieg during the Ohio, the derailing of the chemical car on the train tracks in Ohio. This pardon undoes the pardon for the big one was Dr. Fauci and everything that happened with COVID, and specifically the gain of function research. That was a huge thing, because we've as the information's all shown, and people on the right were already correct, that it was lab grown and lab encouraged, and gain of function research absolutely happened. It was man manipulated, and so this undoes his as well, which does lead to prosecutions possibly across the board of some of these individuals. And the big one too, now, and Trump mentions this in his tweet, and we just held up earlier, is that if any of the laws or any of these executive orders signed by Biden, if he says what Trump does mention, if that Joe Biden was not involved in the autopen process, but if he says he was, he is willing to have the Department of Justice press charges for perjury in this investigation, which is another huge thing where we're then actually, lawfare being used against presidents and former presidents. And This is not outside the ordinary. We're already seeing this. They've already attacked Trump on multiple angles from the lawfare aspect of this, using the judicial system to attack and tear him down and tear down his allies. So it'll be really interesting to see where this is going to go with the removal of these executive orders due to the autopen scandal. We're seeing a lot of stuff come unraveled. So anyways, it's just, I just wanted to share my thoughts on that and kind of cover what's going on with this recent announcement from the Trump administration. So it's Mike with Aegis. Remember, stay prepared, not scared. God bless and good night, everybody.